All right, I've got some great things for you. So, welcome everybody to My AI Live. Today is Monday, February 10th. My AI Live, we're getting together every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific for the My AI training. And we're learning social media, we're learning the AI, we're learning how to put it all together, and we're also learning how to build our businesses online. So, let's start with this. Who watched the Super Bowl last night? Anybody? Okay.
Elizabeth, can I bother you for a second?
Sure.
I'm not I'm not
You're not co-host.
posted.
Oh, goodness. I missed a step there. You got it now?
Yes, thank you.
Perfect. Okay. So, many of you did watch the Super Bowl. If you did, and even if you didn't, we're going to use this to our advantage. Okay. So, it's time to put more people on our comment lists. Now, remember our comment list that we made? Did everybody get to see that? We went into Facebook and we made some specific custom lists. I'm sorry, I got this hair that keeps getting in my face. I don't know what it is. So we have this list that we've made and we call it comments. And these are to keep track of all the people who comment on our posts so we can start conversations with them, right? Now, I would put them on the comment list if it's somebody you want to continue a conversation with. Sometimes you have somebody comment on your posts, you go to look at their profile, and it's like, that's not somebody I really want to interact with for whatever reason. Maybe there's a conflict of values and beliefs, or, you just see that for whatever reason, it's not somebody that you really think is it's going to be a beneficial conversation for the two of you together. Because remember what we're doing, I just got to get my hair out of my face. What we're doing is creating win-wins, okay? It isn't just about us winning, it's about them winning too. And if we look and create everything in our life as a win-win, then we have the ability to be able to really create something beautiful in our teams and for our customers and other things, right? So let me go ahead and show you how this is going to work real quick. And first thing to first, I do want to go over and show you the official corporate NowSite group. This is the official corporate NowSite group. This is where we are going to find all of our replays, announcements for things. So you want to make sure that you are a part of this group. And if you don't know who I am, you can come over here. My name is Elizabeth Larson. I'm a personal business transformation coach, teacher, trainer, author, speaker, professional network marketer. I've been building online for a very, very long time. And all of my posts are made with the NowSite system. So if you ever need an idea, feel free to come over here and do a make it my own. That is perfectly fine. So I'm going to grab my screen and I'm going to come over here. And then we are going to go look at our comment list. So how do you get and make a comment list? Just to make sure everybody's on the same page. Okay. We come over here and then we're going to come over to friends. And then we come to custom lists. Now, on this custom list, we have lots of different types that are already there. We can create multiple ones. So you could have a list of I like the top 100 list. The top 100 of the people that I most want to talk to about my product or business that I feel like it would be a fit for them. The other list, you could have like acquaintances, you can have top friends, you could have mentors, and all the mentors that you like that are on social media that you want to be able to check out their things easily, all of that. So let's go over to the comments list we made. Here we have Tina, Natalie, and Steve. So what we do is if we did not see them on our news feed, but we want to engage more with them, we're going to go ahead and click on them. And we're going to go ahead and find some of their latest posts. She hasn't been on in a couple days, it looks like. So maybe this will get her engaged. So I can make a comment on this post, or I can make a comment on this post, and of course start that interaction with her again. Now, how do we get somebody onto the post or onto the comments, right? So when we create this list, we're going to continuously add people to it. And sometimes when we're adding people to it, what we're doing is, let me come over here and I'm going to go like this. So we go and find one of our posts. And with this post right here, like I'm thrilled to start my first weight loss challenge for the new year. Need some companions on this journey. Who's with me? Okay. Got a lot of comments. Still working with this post because we don't set a deadline for our health challenges that you have to sign up by this date. So, people can enter in whenever and continue on with us and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is after each comment, I reply and then get them started, right? So each one of these people I'm going to go look at after they comment on my posts and after I comment back. And I'm going to see, is this somebody that I would want to have a relationship with, a conversation with? Would this be somebody I'd want to be in business with? Is this somebody who could benefit from my product possibly? Any of these different things, right? Now, this is my friend Nina. I love her dearly. She's incredible and just one of the best hair people I know. She works on Hollywood movie sets and in movies for hair. She is just a really kind, wonderful human being. So we'll come over here and I can look at all of her different things. I could look at her pictures, her friends, what kinds of posts does she make? What is she into? And if I feel like, yes, this is somebody that I would want to have a conversation with, then I'm going to come over to my friends list and I'm going to hit these three dots and I'm going to add remove, and then I'll put her on here. Now, the goal is, why do I keep this list? Why do I keep this list of people? Because if I don't have a list of people that I am creating comments or that I'm remembering to go back and talk to again and again, they're probably going to get lost somewhere. How many comments have you had on your post in the last year? And how many of them do you remember? Probably not a lot, right? And putting them, every single person into your app or your NowSite system, that's going to take a lot of time. And there's going to be a lot of people that it never goes anywhere, right? Because that's the nature of this thing that we do. We're constantly having conversations. We're sifting and sorting to find the people who could benefit from our product or business, or from NowSite or whatever it is that we want to talk about. So when we do this, we're going to build out our contact list. And then each day we're going to go over to that list and find people to make more comments on their posts, maybe every couple of days or something. We're also changing our news feed so that they will see our posts and I will see their posts, so I can continue that conversation. Once I have that conversation enough that I'm like, yes, this is somebody I want to talk to about my product or business, I can now switch them over to my top 100 list, right? And when I switch them over to my top 100 list, now they're over here. So let me go ahead and say, let Nina, we had a great, back and forth. I'm starting the conversation over a messenger. Now they're going to come over to my top 100 list. And this is when I will actually put them into my NowSite system and keep track of notes and things that I'm talking about them, because they're on that list. These are the people that I'm working with. Now, how do you get more people on your comment list? How do you make something? Oh, sorry. Sometimes people post stuff and I'm like, what? Okay. So how do we get over to that list? We're going to come over to our friends list again. Give me a second. Sorry, I got thrown off there for a minute. All right. And then here. So how am I going to do this? How am I going to add more and more people over here to have actual real conversations with? One of the things we've been talking about a lot lately are engagement posts. Everybody's heard about engagement posts here, right? We've been talking a lot about engagement posts. Vicki, it's so good to see you back. I've missed you. Oh my goodness. So happy to have you here. Okay. How are we going to do an engagement post? Questions, topics, things like that. World things going on, things that are going on in the world. Now, I will warn you of one thing. Don't get too political, because it can backfire on you really fast, especially right now, unless that's part of your platform. That's, there are people that that's their platform. So, but what I'm suggesting to do for engagement, to get a lot of engagement, because remember, we have to warm the algorithm and get a lot of engagement posts out there before we ever talk about our product or business or do any curiosity posts, right? Because we want as many people to see it as possible. A Super Bowl post. Now, if you watched the Super Bowl, it could be, hey, what did you think about the halftime game? Did you like the halftime show or not? Why or why not? Is a really good one for right now. Another one would be, especially for those who are on there who actually watched the whole game, thoughts on the game. Can you believe the score? Things like that. Because it was like a blowout. Like this thing was just like, and now, and here's the thing, stay away from, was it rigged and stuff like that, because it may go south real fast. Okay, there's people out there saying this was rigged and stuff like that. That's not the direction you want to go, because it's going to go south on you. Like, that's going to be a really hard conversation to control. If you did not watch the Super Bowl, anybody here did not watch the Super Bowl? Okay, perfect. What do you do for engagement? You can actually still use this or not. Did you watch I didn't watch the Super Bowl. Did you? Why or why not? That's one, if you did not watch the Super Bowl. If you didn't watch it at all, that's a great one. Now, why do we take world events? We take events that are going on because that's the topic and the trend in conversation right now. It's where people are naturally engaging. And so anytime we can take something that a group of people are already naturally engaging in, it's very easy to make an engagement post where we're getting a lot of engagement ourselves, right? Very easy to twist that over to our side and put that over there and then have that thing, right? So Marty was working. Okay. So Marty could say, hey, I was working. Do you think was it a good game or not? That's one that Marty could do, right? It could be as simple as that. You're asking a question, but not a yes or no. You want some clarity. You want a little bit more depth in that. Does that make sense? So let's go over to our NowSite system and let's have the AI help us with this, okay? Because we've got this incredible AI program that's going to allow us to do this. Now, first thing I want you to see is all of these different things that are over on the side. Before we go make our post, look at what the system is already telling me from the work we did last week, right? I have to follow up with Tabitha. I have to send a message to TomTom. It's time to actually reconnect with her. I need to follow up and build rapport with Natalie. And once they're on my top 100 list, the one I showed you, and I put them over here, now my NowSite system is going to remind me to reach out to these people, right? So I've got Steve here, I've got Natalie, all these different people, Glenn, to follow up with, right? So I'm going to have to start clearing some of these out of here and actually do some work. But before I do that, I'm going to come over here to create a post, and I'm going to do this one right here. Short text only posts, okay? Now, everybody saw my reaction when I popped onto the news feed and there was that funky like black with writing on there that was just that short post, right? And I just stopped and it was like, what? Okay, that's the reaction that we're looking for. We're looking for the reaction of, oh, I'm stopping to read this. And we do that by colored background with a small amount of words, right? So if I come over here to my news feed, let's go see if I can find a couple of these or that one again. No, I got to reach out to Julie today. Okay. So colored background, big words, but no question. So this was yesterday at 5 o'clock in the morning. There's only 15 comments. That could have been a lot more comments if there was a question at the bottom of it, right? So let's go ahead and make ours. What do I want the post to be about? Did you like the Super Bowl halftime show? Question mark. Why or why not? Question mark. Okay. I'm not saying my opinion. I'm not saying whether I liked it or not in there. I'm just doing this, right? I'll come over here, and then of course, we're going to pretend that the music is there so that we don't get the little thing of telling me it's copyright protected music. All right. The Super Bowl halftime show was an exploding mix of talent and entertainment that, no, that's not what I asked for. Here we go. Let me modify this. Ask the question, even better. Let's do this. Write me a short post under 130 characters asking the question. Okay, so now I'm going to get it a little bit with a little bit more clarity, right? And here we go. Did you like the Super Bowl halftime show? Why or why not? Perfect. Good enough. Okay, I'm going to go like this. I'm going to hit post. When I come over here, I'm going to do the colored background, right? There we go. I've got a mic. I've got a football. And I would say would love to hear your thoughts. Okay. And then just post. Now, what happens when you get a comment on there? Do you automatically add them to your comment list? No. The very first thing you do is respond to the comments as quick as possible because you're trying to show Facebook that not only are you engaged, but so it keeps throwing it up in the algorithm. So you want two things from it. One, if people are commenting on it, Facebook's going to say, oh, more people should see this. So it's going to start showing it to more of your followers, more of your friends. Number two, the other thing it's going to do is show that you are engaged. And that's what Facebook wants. Facebook wants to promote people to see lots of people who are very engaged. So if you ever get those people like all of a sudden they're on your news feed, and you're like, I don't know this person, and it says follow next to them, it's because they're highly engaged. So if you're highly engaged and you're getting a lot of engagement, they will make suggestions to see if other people want to follow you, especially if you're a digital creator. So once you go and you start getting comments, after that, go look at the person's profile and make the decision if this is somebody you would like to talk to, somebody that you would want to interact with, somebody you think you could have a conversation with. Okay. Now, again, if you look at their profile and everything is just butting up against your values, beliefs, everything else, then don't reach out to them. They're not your right person, right? We're building our tribe. Okay. So, but look and see who it is. And if they are somebody that you would want to engage with again, put them on your comments list so you can remember to go back to continue those conversations with them so we can get them actually into a conversation that could possibly go to our product or business. Okay, let's go ahead and take 5 minutes and let's go do our posts now. All right. And the ones with the short text and colored backgrounds work best for this kind of engagement post. However, you could do a picture of the game. You know, you could go online and get one of the pictures from the game if you wanted to and do a caption with your own image. That's perfectly fine as well. Completely up to you. So let's take 5 minutes. We're also going to do questions at this time also. And can't wait to see what you guys come up with in all of this. And remember, even if you didn't watch the Super Bowl, you can use this one and say, hey, I didn't actually watch the Super Bowl. What did you think of the game? That one right there would work really, really well for engagement also. Because people love to give their opinion, you know? So, all right, let's take 5 minutes and let me know if you have questions. And then after the 5 minutes, we're going to go look at some of your posts. All right, Carol, did you have a question, honey?
Yes.
What? Did you just say what?
Yeah, I had a question. If you reply to somebody in the notification section, not under the comments, and that's considered private, right?
Not necessarily. So if under here, hold on a second. Let me come over here. So if I come over here and I'm in the notifications, this
Right.
is not these are all of your this is all of the posts and other things like that. The only place that's private is the one in the middle, this messenger button right here. Those are your only one-on-ones that are private.
Okay. So if you answer anything though, even in the private, would that be considered something that Facebook would recognize and as an
Yes.
algorithm that you're commenting to somebody?
Yes, but you want to comment on people's posts because that's the place you're going to get more engagement that way. But yes, you do want to get as many conversations over into Messenger. Also, that does two things. One, it shows Facebook that you're actively engaged on their platform, so they will show you to more people. The second thing is if you're able to have a conversation through Messenger, then you have more of a chance of being able to invite them to a Zoom, a phone call, a discovery call, something that could be towards your product or business.
Okay. And then also about if you have a lot of acquaintances, you have friends. I don't know how many, you have friend requests, like I'm in a women's club.
Mhm.
Do I want to be friends with everybody that sends a friend request from the women's club, or does it, I don't know whether it matters on the friends, how many you have.
Perfect. Okay, great question. The more friends, the better. Okay, the more friends, the more followers, the better, because that's more people that are seeing your post. When you accept a friend request from somebody or they follow you, if you're a digital creator, you can have follows also. That means they are going to see your posts. That means when you post, they're going to see it. If you don't accept the friend request and you don't have it set where people can just follow you, they will not see your posts. And think about it like Coke or Pepsi. Coke or Pepsi wants as many people to see their commercials as possible, right? Everybody agree? People paid millions and millions of dollars yesterday for a short spot commercial in the Super Bowl because they want everybody to see that. That's the way I would think about it, Carol. Now, the ones I don't take are the widowed men that are supposedly military looking for a wife, because those are all scams.
Okay.
Those are all scams, like all of that scams. What?
Where do you go for the digital creator? Where do you go to put that in again?
Perfect. Great question again. And then we're going to go over to Brett so we can get his questions answered too. We're going to come over to our profile here. And in the profile, when you're on your profile, you will see these three dots right here. So you see post about, reels, photos, videos, groups, and more. These little three dots right here, if you click on this, you can turn on professional mode. All right. Brett.
Well, I just had a couple of questions that have been on my mind. I don't know if you can
Sounds
answer
great.
them now or not, but
Yeah.
one of them is, how did you get connected to NowSite? I don't know a lot about the history of NowSite, and how did you become a teacher on how to use NowSite? I was just curious.
No, great question. So for many of us here, we actually were part of a company called Contact Mapping. And so Tom Chenault and Adrian Chenault, his son, started Contact Mapping together. And so myself and Coach Don and Coach Mike and many of us were part of Contact Mapping for a very long time. And so oh gosh, well, 5 years. And then we got acquired by NowSite. So we had a community, we did training, we did classes, we had a certified coach training program, all of this. And then we were acquired by NowSite. And when we were acquired by NowSite, Adrian and I came over with the acquisition, and I was acquired. Maybe I'm an acquired taste, I don't know. But so we were acquired. And we thought about, well, we have this AI technology, and all of this was just coming together. And Adrian and I knew we had been getting together like this every day, Monday through Friday, for years, doing our work together as a community. And we knew that the people who came consistently and did the work with us had the best results in their businesses. Like they just kept growing and growing. They kept learning, and their mindset got better, and they kept feeling like real leaders, right? So like Mike, when he first came, You couldn't get him to talk for anything. It was like pulling teeth to get him to talk. He would not talk to anybody. And now look at him, he's a leader. Like, and that's what this work does. So that's how I got it hooked up with NowSite. Adrian's on here roaming around somewhere. And he's been my mentor for, gosh, it's going to be going on 6 years now. And we are a team, and this is what we do. And we teach people, and our heart is to help people get the business and the life that they want. And we really truly believe in Zig Ziglar's concept of, if you help enough other people, you can have whatever you want. And that's what Adrian and I do. We're servant leaders, and that is our heart.
Great. Great. Thank you. I appreciate that. My other question was, I'm ready to get going. I'm ready to start posting. I'm ready to go.
Okay.
How do I know what to post?
Well, we give you an idea every single day of a type of post. Now, you don't have to do that one if you don't want to. First thing I always do when I'm getting ready to do my post of the day is to think about, number one, what is the outcome that I want from a post today? And it's either engagement to help my algorithm even further, more comments, or I want to start having conversations about my product or business. Okay. And so depending on which kind of posts that I have or what the intention is that I'm looking for, that will help dictate the type of post. So like today we talked about engagement posts. They help your algorithm. They help more people start seeing your posts. If you do not have a lot of engagement on your social media, engagement posts will be the number one thing that you will want to do for quite a while to get that engagement up before you really start talking about your product or business. That's like the number one thing that you could do. Is that helpful, Brett?
It is. Thank you.
And if you come each day, I'll give you another idea. And if you ever need specific help for your business, like any of you, remember there's times where we've done a type of company, and we did a post for them together and work together. So if you guys ever need one of those, let me know. Thanks, Brett. That was great.
Thanks.
All right, Deborah. And I have a video that I'm supposed to watch of yours. I did not get back to it. I have to remember to go watch your video. She's frozen. All right, we're going to come over here anyways, and we're going to go find Deborah. All right, Deborah Smith. There we go. All right. Is it this one right here, honey?
Yeah. So I just did the one you just talked about.
Okay. I did not see the Super Bowl halftime show. Was it a touchdown or did it fumble? Tell me your thoughts. I love this. I cannot wait to see the comments that you get from that. Okay. Now, here's the reel, and this was the one that okay. So everybody, let's watch one video real quick.
I was listening to a training with my coach, and she asked this question: are you sabotaging yourself? I immediately thought about the binge watching I was doing of shows during important times when I was supposed to be working on my personal business. And I was like, okay, what's going on? So I sought the Lord, because it's like I kept trying to stop and couldn't. So I was like, God, why is this going on? Literally the next day, I realized, or God showed me, that I was in a flight, fright, freeze mechanism where I froze and literally just internalized and not moved forward. And so as he showed me the conflict that I had within myself, I started realizing that that's what I need to work on and to fix. And so I started to do some research and got some information that was very helpful to help me see. And literally the revelation of this has moved me forward already, just igniting my fire again. And so if you struggle like I did with binging on things that are interfering with your time to move forward, reach out to me, put binge no more below, and reach out to me, and I'll be glad to share some of the tips that I've learned so you can be free and on fire again. I was listening to a training with my coach, and she's
all right. Fantastic.
I was doing
Fantastic, Deborah. Here's the thing. You keep doing videos like that, you're going to start getting engagement in other places. Now, remember, do a whole bunch of engagement posts, then throw out your video, because you want to work all of it, right? But that was fantastic. Like that, and that's really it. The way you gain your following is just by talking. Now, here's a tip that you could do though, Deborah. You could put on here on this video, since it's a reel. The problem is when you don't have any sort of banner, direction, or anything else on here, people don't know what it is unless they read this, and many times they're just scrolling too fast. An attention getter right up here is how to break the binge. And I wouldn't even say what it is. I would just say the binge, because they might think it's binge eating. Binge eating, it doesn't matter what it is, because your video will help somebody, right? But how to break the binge. Always try to put a banner at the top of your video or something, or some flashing thing at the top or something, depending on what kind of software program you're using, to get the attention of somebody.
So how would you put a banner on the video?
We showed that the other day on here. I don't have enough time to do it today on this one, but if you go over to Facebook on your phone, you should be able to say where it says text, and then you put some text up at the top, and then just put a color background behind it. Yeah.
You know how to do that. Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay. I think Coach Mike is about ready to turn me into a pumpkin. Coach Mike, am I a pumpkin?
Yes.
I am a pumpkin. Okay. All right. Let me answer this question super quick. What's the best way to invite people to this NowSite group? The way I like to invite people to this meeting is, hey, there's a meeting that I go to every day. It's helping with my business. I think it will help you too. Why don't you come with me? That's me. Come with me. Come join me. Let's do this together. Everything for me is together, right? Replays are in the NowSite group. So make sure that you are part of just trying to make sure all the questions in the chat are being answered. So let me come over here. We're going to go to the official corporate NowSite group. And the official corporate NowSite group is where you're going to find all the replays. And if you are this one lonely person over here, come on over here. It's much more fun. You can always join us at nowsite.online. All right. I think that was.
Is that searchable? Can you search for topics to find the video?
I don't think it will search video wise. Let me see what I can do about if there's one in particular that you're looking for, let me know and maybe I can find it for you.
Okay.
And
thanks.
then let's see, I'll get with Coach Don to see how I can get some text in there to make it more searchable for specific topics that we cover each day. Perfect. All right. Let's see. Last post and then we're out of here because Vicky is finally here. Now you're here, but my other Vicky isn't here. We're gonna have to get you two together. Okay. It's time for some Monday motivation. Let's kickstart the week by staying true to our daily action plan and building momentum needed to conquer every obstacle in our way. Remember, it's our unwavering persistence that leads to success. So what is one specific step you'll take today to ensure you're on the right path to stay on track? Maybe it's dedicating an extra hour to a project, starting your day with a fresh perspective, or simply making sure to jot down your goals. Whatever it is, share your stuff in the comments below. Your journey can inspire others together. I like this. What I would do though, this is pretty. If it's time for some Monday motivation, Vicky, I would have a picture of you. I would take a selfie and put that in there. I know. I think you're beautiful. I think you're going to be just fine doing it. But I would do a selfie because people are going to connect with you more than they will connect with the generic picture, number one. And the second thing is, at the end of this, I would say, share your stuff in the comments below. And then I would also say at the end of that, would also love to hear like some tips from you of how you stay motivated or something like that. All right. Perfect. Let's go ahead. Okay. It's pumpkin time. If you did not get your post shared, please bring it back tomorrow and I will definitely share your post first. We'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific for My AI Live. I hope you all have a wonderful day. And thank you so much for being a part of this community. We're building our dreams and our businesses together, and we are here to help you. Have a great day, y'all. Love y'all. And feel free to unmute on your way out and say bye.
Bye, Elizabeth.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Elizabeth.
Bye,
Thank you
guys.
very
Bye.
much.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Bye.
I've missed you too, Elizabeth.
Bye,
Take
Elizabeth.
care.
Thank you.
Even though I was late.
Record.